Good afternoon, Facebook and Instagram, and thank you for tuning in to this breaking news here out of Virginia. Right now, this is a breaking news story where a family is desperately looking and searching for their loved one. He was last seen going to court on not this Friday, the Friday before last, which I think was the 11th of the month, and have not been seen since. His mother is word sick to death. She is so emotionally distraught. She don't know what to do. All she know is what she have been told, that her son was dropped off, when she dropped him off in front of the court building in Petersburg, Virginia. His girlfriend said she got a phone call and said his phone went dead. After that, there have been no more sightings or any communication with Georges from Petersburg, Virginia. We're asking that all of you guys out there, please share this video. And if you have any information on the whereabouts of Georges from Petersburg, Virginia, please contact their 911. I am Rhoda Your Live, reporting live from Channel 9 News. It's sad to me to have to introduce you to JJ, aka George's mother, straight out of Petersburg, Virginia. Good afternoon. How you do?
Uh,
What's your name?
Janice.
How you doing, Miss Janice? I really want to apologize to you that we had to meet under these circumstances. I know you say you follow me a lot on Facebook, and not in a million years would you ever thought you'll be sitting in this seat where you'll be talking to me and speaking to me about your child being missing.
I never thought it would happen to me.
Can you tell?
I'm
Can
always.
you tell us a little bit more about George's JJ? How old is he?
George is 24. He'll be 25 in June.
24 years old. George's had a court date in Petersburg, Virginia.
Yes.
Do
Friday
you
at
Friday?
30, and I dropped him off at 11:10, 11:15. And I told him to call his girlfriend because she had told me the night before, that she would pick him up. She'll get off of work early and she'll get him. And I told him if she's not there, because I knew how impatient George is. He don't like waiting. I said, if she ain't there, just call me and I'll come get you. And I never got the call. So she called, text me up. No, she called me. She texted me or she called me. I can't remember, so much going on there that I don't even know my head from a foot. But she texted me, I think she said at 1:26. I remember I got her still on my phone. She said, I can't find him. I don't know where he went. He texted me, told me he was walking. I told him to stay there. But when she got there, he was nowhere to be found, and she was riding around looking for him. So she texted me. I started calling him immediately. No answer. I started texting him, talking trash to him. He still wouldn't answer. That's not like JJ. Because when me and him get mad with each other, he'll still call me, "Hi, Janice," or he'll stay mad with me for a couple of hours and he'll come talking and then he'll apologize for whatever situation me and him was going through. He'll just apologize. George wasn't the type, he wasn't an evil person. He wasn't a mean person unless you mess with him. So I don't understand what's going on. He's not answering his phone. And if the phone was dead, how come he got a charge on it now? That you can call it 3 times. On the third try, it'll go straight to the voicemail. And it's like somebody got the phone and they charged it. And then I see that I go back to saying what I was told when I filed the missing person report. Oh, he out with a woman, or he out spending his money. I'm gonna laugh. And she they just didn't it's all botched up. You ask me something that's rude. I don't want to tell it because I want to talk so bad. I really do. But it was just
Let's take it slow. Let's take it slow. If you don't mind, and if you do, we'll just pass on the question. Do you know why he was going to court on the 11th of this month?
yes. He took his girlfriend truck and went to Petersburg because they stand in Hopewell. And he wrecked the truck. He totaled it. So they gave him a ticket that Friday. Mickey had to go to court. Then the following Friday to appear in court for a lawyer, I guess. But I won't thank him because I'm not down with stuff like that. I don't know what's going on in court. But his father told me that was because probably because he was just going for a lawyer. That's why he was out so fast.
So he was just going for his arraignment
Yes.
to see if he wanted to have an attorney to represent him or
Right.
not?
That's what I was told because I didn't know. I thought he was going for a trial because I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I just dropped him off after, he had a large sum of money on him. And I'm thinking somebody did something to him for the money. I don't know.
When you say a large sum of money, how much do you allege he had on him?
$4,000.
$4,000. Let me ask you this, and if it's not a good question and not a safe question, we can pass on the question. Do you know any known enemies that he may have or anything like that?
My son is into smoking weed or popping a pill. So he had no friends, but he had, I'm gonna say, friends that he could buy drugs from, like marijuana, Xanax, Oxy, stuff like that. And he's an epilepsy. He has a medical condition. And that's why me and him used to argue all the time because I have to deal with the seizure, been on life support and all the stuff. And I don't want him to do it. And I was threatening people back, if you come to my house and bring it to him, I'm going to call the police. I'm getting your license plate number. I don't care because they ain't make one gun and stop. I'm gonna protect myself at all costs. But that's my child. I don't want to see him like this. I don't want to, if he wasn't evil or nothing. It's just you could tell when he do it. He looked totally different. He wasn't evil. He just looked different, and I didn't like him around people because everybody knew how he looked when he popped the pill, and that he was real slow when he popped it because they knew he had a medical condition.
If y'all allow me to stop y'all for 1 minute, guys, it's a real big trend right now with our youth, or from the ages around 21 to your early 30s. Right now, the thing is popping pills. They popping pills, perk nines, tens, or whatever it is.
It's
That's the new
young.
trend.
It's
That
younger. It's younger. They younger than 21. They younger. They
Yep,
literally 12 on up. Trust me when I tell you. They younger.
popping popping these pills.
Yes.
And the name of the pills that these kids are taking is called what?
Oxys, Xanax, Percocets. They even drank the cough medicine to get high off it.
Wow.
And they babies.
Wow.
And it's like nobody caring here in Petersburg. There's no facility basically to put these people in immediately. I lost a son in 2009. He was in prison for 5 years and got out, and they claim he killed himself.
Wow.
Which that's another story. Anyhow,
So you lost the child in 2009. Now here you are looking for another child.
yes, ma'am. My son been missing for 8 days, 2 days. We've been doing everything in our power. We had a group today. We keep going back to the river because I know in Petersburg it's a trend. If you harm someone, you throw them in the river or you take them to the cemetery. We already know this. 8 days, my son haven't used his phone. He hasn't been on Facebook. He hasn't contacted nobody. In 24 years, my child has never been 8 days without talking to me or seeing me or his father in 24 years. So I know he can't get to me. Something wrong.
Wow.
And I fear the worst, but I'm not gonna cry about it because if you cry, you give up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up.
Let's go back to your first son. You say they allege that your first son took his life. What
Yes.
was your first son when he passed away?
29 years old.
And was he out or was he in jail when he
He
passed
just
away?
got out of prison. He got out that Thursday. He was dead Saturday.
What
And
did they allege happened to him?
they claimed that he blowed his brains out, which I knew wasn't true. I had a dream about it that 5 people was there, men, at the motel where he stayed at when he came from Norfolk. His girlfriend was staying in Norfolk, so he came out here. As soon as he got out of jail to see his aunts and me and his brothers and talk to his daughter. And he went to see my sister last, and there was 12 something, and he had a gun on him. And he told me, he said, "Mom, I got a gun." And I said, "No, you just got out of jail. You don't need the gun." He said, "Well, you knew what I know. You would leave me with this gun. Let me have it." And I gave him the keys to my van. I said, "When you come from seeing your aunt, put that gun in my van. I don't feel right with you, with that gun." And he said, "Just know it's for safety." That's what he said. And that's the last I heard. 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a knock on my door that he was deceased.
How are you able to deal with so much tragedy that's in your life right now?
Believing in God, that's all. Believing in God and praying. I
If you was able to make an all call to someone that have your son, or if your son is still out there listening and watching, what would it be that you would say to your child? The
I
first
want
question.
I want to ask them why are they so evil. Won't they, if they got him, let him go. But I know, Rhoda, how these people in Petersburg is that are evil for $1. They would kill a cat for $1. I know this. So if he had $4,000 on him, they couldn't leave him alive for him to come back. They couldn't. So where's my child? I filed a missing report on Saturday, 24 hours. The report wasn't filed till 72
Monday.
hours later.
Wow.
And we've been looking ever since Saturday for him because my sister,
Have any type of Amber Alert or
no,
Ashanti Alert been put out for him?
no,
No. The
no.
only thing the only thing they put out there was a missing thing through the Petersburg Bureau, and they put it on news for one day, and that was it.
Let me ask you guys this. I deal with this a lot in Virginia, in the Black community. We do know we still have missing baby Cody. Amber alert was never issued for him as well. The Ashanti alert should be issued for your son. We noticed that when in our community, and I'm gonna stop making excuses because I want to cater to the white community. It's not about y'all when we're talking about us. And I want them to just leave that part out. When we're talking about the black community, we're not attacking the white community. We're talking about what we as a community have to deal with. In the black and the brown community, it appears when we go missing, we don't get no special Amber alerts and Ashanti alerts and things like that. How do that affect you as a mother and also a family that these things are not offered to us as a black and brown community?
Rhoda, you don't want my opinion. You really
I
don't want
do.
my opinion. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying what I got to say, but
Say
I
what's on your mind.
speak my mind. It's bush. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they don't. I had I had a person. I'm gonna say a person. I'm not gonna say his title, but I had a person tell me when I filed the report Saturday after the 24 hours was up. Oh, he's somewhere spending his money or laid up in a motel with a woman. That's what he told me.
Wow.
So he was writing in his hand instead of paper.
The officer was writing in his hand about your child being missing instead of writing on paper. And he alleged that your son, quote unquote, is laid up in a hotel somewhere. And here it is 8 days later, and no one has seen nor heard from
And in a
JJ
motel
from
or
Petersburg.
spending land in a motel or at with a woman or spending his money at a club. And I said, sir, I know my son. It's the first time for everything. But my son done had $10,000 in his hand. He never did this. So I don't want to hear that. So he got me to sign the paperwork, missing report. I'm thinking it's going on the news Sunday, whatever, whatever. It never did. When it hit Monday, I had some big people call me and I had to meet with them before it was even filed. Or the TV station didn't get it till Tuesday. I'm thinking Tuesday or Wednesday till another church organization called them.
Guys, and that's why it's so important for my platform and many other platforms out here that we share these stories. Like, we have to police our own neighborhood. We have to become our own news entity. So in order for our stories to get out there, as y'all can see with the baby Cody and also JJ from Petersburg, no one is issuing out the alert. The only alert is going to come from us ourselves. And we can create our own alert for JJ that's missing from Petersburg, Virginia, by sharing this video. If you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. JJ just did not vanish off this earth. Somebody know what really happened to JJ in Petersburg, Virginia. On that Friday afternoon, after his court date, as he walked down the street with $4,000 in his pocket, speaking with his girlfriend. Come pick me up. Harry, my phone is going dead.
And
That was the last time someone heard from him.
Rhoda, you know, you're going to have people saying, well, where he get $4,000 from? He didn't rob nobody, didn't sell nothing to nobody. I gave him the money. I'm not going to say where I gave it from because my life could be uh,
In jeopardy.
jeopardized. So I can't say. But my thing is, he didn't rob nobody. And I alerted the police that he had this money. Don't y'all think that he robbed none or he sold none and take this money if you find him. That's what I told him. But it's just so much, Rhoda. When you get time, you call me off air, and I tell you, you wouldn't even believe what's going on. You wouldn't believe it. I can't put it on air. You would not believe this. You'll be like, oh my God. It's just so much. It's been botched. Okay, it's been botched. I can't say more. Because
Wow.
I was told what to say and what not to say to the TV station, and then after I told them, don't tell me what to say, I know what not to say. But I want so bad to tell it. But I have to wait till I find my child. Once I find my child, I reveal everything I know and what I told them and what they done.
Wow.
It's
And
not
you was informed by Petersburg Police Department Detective Unit not to share but so much information.
exactly. Yeah, I would bullshit the investigation. I'm like, what investigation? It seems me and my family and my friends and organizations been out here beating this pavement. Organization joined us today. And we had roughly about 25 people, including family, looking over the river, running into snakes and stuff. And I just want to just say, no, y'all, we got to give up. I don't want nobody to get bit out here because you don't know what these snakes working with.
So y'all really got snakes and stuff in the river down there?
Yes, ma'am. They ain't in the river. They on the banks. They out there. They in the trees. They everywhere. Snakes I never seen before. So I didn't want nobody to get bit and get killed out there. And then I have to deal with that situation. You know, they looking for my child and they lost their life out there. And
So
that
have the police department at all launched an investigation on foot with you guys to
no,
help y'all search for him?
no,
How
no.
did that make you feel as a mother that you are not getting the resources that you see other races get and communities get? How you feel not getting the resources from the Petersburg Police Department?
Rhoda, see, in Petersburg, ain't too many white people went missing. You know what I'm saying? And I be asking them, how many murder cases have y'all solved? How many missing people have y'all found? Did I tell you anything? Okay.
Wow.
So, yeah, we got to do it ourselves. We don't know where to go. Besides the river, the bypasses, all in the trees. We don't know where else to go. We've been beating this path for Sunday. We don't
Wow.
know what else to do.
Your
Hey,
son name is Clemens,
George's Killeen Jr.
George's Clean Jr.,
We call him JJ.
better known as JJ.
Yes.
If anybody have seen him in an area near you, please contact 911.
Photo of him right here.
There's the photo of him. He's 24 years old. He was last seen when his mother dropped him off in front of the courthouse in Petersburg, Virginia, to go to a court case for traffic. He was walking out the courtroom when he called this girlfriend and said, I'm ready to be picked up now. Hurry up, my phone is going dead. The phone went dead before he finished his conversation with his girlfriend. And that is the last time anybody have heard or seen him that at least acknowledge and let the family know in Petersburg, Virginia. I am Rodeo Live, where the family is reaching out to everyone to share his picture and share the video so that her son can come home safe in Petersburg, Virginia. I'm Rodeo Live. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
No, I just want this out and people share and see if they can locate my child.
Can you post this picture, hold it steady for one more time for us?
And it's on my Facebook pages. I've been posting it for days. Oh, I can't get it straight.
It's good, right? Like you got it.
Posting it for days.
Go closer. Come closer to us.
Is
Closer.
that good?
Yeah.
I've been
If
posting.
you see JJ anywhere near you, contact Petersburg Police Department 911. Right now, he is considered missing and also in danger in Petersburg, Virginia. I'm Rodeo Live. Thank you.
Well, I thank you for your time. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate it, but Off camera. I'll talk to you later. If you call me, you got my. I'm gonna give you my number. You can call me. I will tell you what I know, but I can't tell it on air.
It's okay. And you don't supposed to. Like I told you from the beginning, I'm just here to share information that the local news station, I ain't gonna say they won't, maybe they don't have time to. I don't get it. I don't get why it's not important when our black and brown
I
community.
know why when you trying to cover up your own butt, that's what you do. That's all I'm gonna say.
And you heard it here first. Before Wavy News 10, Channel 3, and also Channel 13 News. When you're trying to cover up your own butt, that's why they don't share the news they need to. In Petersburg, Virginia, I'm Rhoda Young Live.
Thank you, Rhoda.
Thank you.